Too loud. Yeah, I'm zenning right now. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. How we feeling? Look at that. Bullying works. Look at that hat. Never seen it before in my life. Yeah. Make that stupid face. Where you're like, Degen was right. Look at me wearing all new hats, but I'm not going to say he was right. I'm just going to sit here and make a stupid face in my cool hat. Do it.
I always wear a cool hat.
Yeah. You wear the same fucking clothes.
This hat bucks.
Is that a USC Ohio State hat? Pasadena, California. Yeah, OSU Buckeyes. Let me see the other team. USC Trojans. Yeah, 1980.
There's Greg. We need something to break up the monotony, if you know what I'm saying.
What's wrong with why are we monotonous?
I don't know. Monotony is a good word. I think I used it correctly.
Great word. That's a really good word. I don't know. Let's see. Let's ask our resident, the only guy up here with a college degree, Greg. Did he use monotony correctly?
Yes.
Wow.
That's it. Bang.
Although I was an engineering major, so vocab or definitions is not my forte.
Your microphone, unfortunately, is not on. It might not be. You just have. It's either if the power's on, just do the settings.
I'm working on it.
No, I know. I can tell. I mean, you'll make progress. It's Are we going to talk about YouTube chat getting discriminated at Chili's yesterday? Wait, what are they talking about?
I don't really know, but maybe it has to do with me not having my own computer. I don't remember seeing YouTube comments yesterday. Do you?
Yeah, idiot. You don't know. Yeah. Are you dumb?
Yeah, a little dumb. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, hold on. I know, me too. But what are you talking about? There were plenty of YouTube comments.
Was Miss Degen jealous?
No, I sent her. I can't say she was jealous. I sent her the picture that I took of your phone of the triple dipper, and she just replied, "OMG, yum." I mean, that was a good looking plate of food. It was. I think we nailed it. Yeah, Steak, when you're looking at your StreamYard comments right now, you see how some have the YouTube icon and the Twitch icon, right?
Yeah.
You didn't see that last night? You didn't notice that?
I recall it, but the frozen margarita hit.
You were, I mean, look, I'm glad you got buzzed and had a great time. It was fun to be around and it was fun for the stream, but you got halfway through that margarita, you started being a little bubbly fucking.
You know what it is, man? I haven't drank in a while.
Okay, well that'll do it. And you were starving.
And I was starving, and I'm going to get shit canned tonight. I'm gonna get aggressively drunk tonight.
Greg, do you want us to come back to you?
I think I'm good.
You sound good.
Yeah, you sound much better. Tap your. Yep, now you're muted. No, that's okay. We'll figure it out.
Just have to go with the regular mic because it's it's not plugged in.
I think you sound pretty good.
Tap it.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah. It's not plugged in, but it's plugged in. It's telling me it's not plugged in.
He sounds fine.
Steak, you think everything sounds fine. We have to, at some point in our lives, care about the quality of the fucking stream. Okay? He's got a microphone for a reason. Just give it 5 minutes and let's see if we can figure it out. If we can't, we'll move on. You're muted.
Greg, I'm trying.
No, you're not. You're not trying to do anything.
Mom and Dad are streaming way too much, and you guys are starting to.
I think you sound.
Now it's working.
Okay.
Just know, Greg, you're saying that, but all I said was you sound fine, and then somebody went on a fucking rant.
You're saying
you guys need a vacation from one another.
I'm going to the Hard Rock right after.
Going to the Hard Rock tonight. That's his vacation. No, I think no, we're fine. Everything's fine. I mean, I can't fucking.
What kind of jacket is that? It almost looks like a Yankee batting practice jacket.
Ew.
But I know it's not.
It's not a jacket. It's a sweater, and when it's zipped up, it says Orlando.
But it's not as cool right here. It looked like a leather jacket that just had some stripes on the side.
Yeah, well, there's the Circa shirt. It's a little chilly down here, Greg. I don't know if you knew that. It was 35 degrees in Orlando yesterday morning, which is crazy, or maybe Tuesday morning.
That is kind of crazy.
Tampa Hard Rock. I'll be here tonight. Play Baccarat. Very fun. Steak, which Hard Rock is better, Tampa or Hollywood?
Bad Guy Jim will meet up, and I personally will say Tampa, but Hollywood's definitely a little more like uppity and ritzy if you're looking for that. But I think Tampa's a lot more fun personally.
That's interesting. Well, I guess I'll defer to you. I used to love going to the Hard Rock. I never won money. And remember when we were bartenders, the blackjack dealers would always come up like once every other week, and they told us, they said it's the most profitable casino in the world per square foot. But this was also 15 years ago. They've renovated, they've expanded, so they're bigger. They have more games. That statistic might not hold any weight anymore. But I haven't been since they renovated Steak. So the actual casino is great.
I think it's awesome. I just think it's a fucking vibe. Any time of the day feels like it's nighttime in there, and it's just a great time. You could drink at 9 a.m. It's awesome.
Degen looks like he's about to rip a cig and hop on a motorcycle. I'll take it. Greaser vibes. Yep. Degen, slick your hair pack like mafia.
I think it means back.
Oh, okay. Just weird because the P and the B are not next to each other. Morning, y'all. What's up, KDX? Good morning. Thanks for joining. Degen has to stop the old head takes on the NBA. You got to be fucking kidding me, Degen Donnie. You got to be kidding me. Do you know what he's talking about?
Degen Donnie.
No. What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
I don't know. Did you have one yesterday? Only thing I saw was Chili's.
Yeah, by the way, great job on the chili stuff, everyone. Thank you for turning out. I can't believe how busy it was. This is what he's talking about. This is crazy. He must be a Knicks fan or something, or just an NBA fan. Did you see this? The NBA Centel posted.
That's really bad.
Okay, this look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad.
Okay. So hey, if that's an old head take, Degen Donnie, it's never stopping. How about you bitch about the actual problem, which is fucking Jalen Brunson and all these guys playing for the foul? Go play the game. Shoot the fucking ball. If you miss it, you miss it. Get a rebound, get back on defense.
Not only do I want kicking your leg out to draw contact be an offensive foul, I want it to be a technical foul.
Yeah. No, and Degen Donnie over here says, no, I don't want that. I want Degen to stop having old head takes. I want to fix the fucking sport. How about that? I want to fix the fucking sport. Did you see that video? You got Reggie Bullock buying private islands. Did you see that? Reggie Bullock.
NBA money is outrageous. Bro, look
stupid.
At Jonathan Isaac makes. Watch Jonathan Isaac play basketball. And then look what he makes and just try to make sense of it, how it could possibly be real. It's crazy.
He has a 5-year, $84 million contract. And all I want are these NBA superstars to play the fucking sport and not play to get a foul called and go up and shoot free throws. Free throws.
Jonathan Isaac hasn't played more than 16 minutes this year, and he hasn't scored in double digits. He makes almost $20 million a year.
Who is this guy fucking Adam Silver's fucking nephew defending the NBA right now? What are we talking about? Blame the TV deals. Stop with the old head takes. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want Jalen Brunson flopping like a bitch. I want him fucking playing this.
Honestly, Jonathan Isaac might be the next Terry Rozier. He's averaging 2.5 points a game. He makes $17 million a year.
His decline has been really fascinating. Greg, did you ever listen to Bill Simmons' podcast?
Yeah, every once in a while.
The guy who wrote The Big Short in Newsroom, what was his name? Michael something?
Lewis.
No, not the book. The movie. The movie.
The guy who wrote the movie?
Like wrote the script for the guy who writes the book doesn't write the movie. You know what I'm saying?
But the script for the movie is based on the book.
It's based on the book, but somebody has to write the script for the movie.
The screenplay.
Sure, whatever. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I do not.
Hold on. The Big Short. Adam McKay. That doesn't ring a bell?
I think that guy did Step Brothers.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's popular. He did Step Brothers. He did Vice. He did Anchorman. He's great. So anyways, Stick, are you paying attention? I know I'm losing you here for a second. It has to do with the Magic.
Yeah, go ahead.
Adam McKay was on the Bill Simmons podcast, and they were talking about movies. And they were talking about movies for like an hour, almost 2 hours, whatever. I listened to the whole thing. I thought he was great. But at the end of it, they were about to wrap up, and Adam McKay was like, wait, can I give you a basketball take? This was like 3 years ago. And Bill Simmons was like, oh, yeah, sure. And Adam McKay goes, I think Jonathan Isaac has the potential to be one of the best players in the NBA. How funny is that?
I love saying that. Yeah, they were calling him the next Kevin Durant.
He had so much fucking potential, and it's crazy that he is so bad now. Anyways, we don't have Greg up here in the middle of a corp day to talk about the Magic in the NBA. We have him up here to talk NFL. But before we do that, again, thank you everybody for hanging out for the Chili stream. Chili's was excellent. Greg, When's the last time you've been to a Chili's? Do you know?
College.
Yeah. Do you remember what you ordered?
I do not, but so somebody on our lacrosse, this is kind of funny. Somebody on our lacrosse team got some sort of coupon where it was a free drink when you order an appetizer. So we printed thousands of those. And Chili's had no way out of it. And we would just all go and get a bunch of food and a bunch of drinks for half off for 2 weeks. So finally.
No way out of it is such a funny way to describe it.
Yeah, Greg, you can abandon the microphone if it's causing you. You're kind of flustered. Get rid of it. Let's out. We're gonna have a reset. We're gonna have a Greg reset. Tell me whenever you're ready to go.
I just picture the bartender at the Gainesville Chili's being like, "There's no way out. We have to honor all these bonds."
We were bankrupting them. It was crazy. We would go with
Jesus Christ.
We would go with we're just college kids, so we would go with a group of 4 or 5, and then we'd run into multiple other groups from the lacrosse team that were up there doing the same thing, and it was just really taking advantage of the situation because they're like, "How many of these did you print off?" We're like, "All of them."
Nice job.
Yeah. We did the same thing I had a buddy who was just notorious. Everybody has one friend who's just that very cheap college guy.
Sure.
And he did the same thing at Firehouse Subs. Firehouse Subs. So there's Gator Greenbacks, which is the local local Gainesville paper. And they would stack all these little mailboxes with Gator Greenbacks, and he worked dorm security. So I think it was on Thursday night, they would put all the Gator Greenbacks out. And while he was working his job, he would just drive around to the different stops and rip the Firehouse Subs coupon out of all of them. So same thing, we would go there after practice, and every single guy had a buy one, get one free coupon for a Firehouse Sub until they canceled it.
So they canceled it. Damn, you guys are really fucking making.
Well, dude, you got to think you have 30, 40 guys on a team, and every night, 20 of them are coming in for BOGO subs.
You want to hear something similar I did? It's probably worse, and it's okay because I don't care. TGI Fridays comes after me. But I used to work at TGI Fridays. For 6 months, I was a server till I moved up to bartender, and they used to have these 20% off coupons. So I got a thick stack of 20% off coupons as a server. I had them on me, and then if somebody would pay cash, I would just apply a coupon, so I would get 20% of the cash. I mean, I was making money. I was scamming the shit out of TGI Fridays.
That's pretty good.
Probably why they changed their name to Fridays.
Yeah, because there's thank God for nothing. we are getting bankrupt. I can just imagine being the franchisee owner of one of these. You have to. It takes money. You have to go through things to get approved to franchise a store. And then imagine you get ransacked by a bunch of Gregs and lacrosse team with a coupon scheme, or you hire someone like Steak ripping off the 20% scam. These are the downsides of being a business owner. See, sometimes you just want to be a player. You don't always want to be a coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyways, Steak been a scammer since the jump. Maybe somewhat true. Steak, the ultimate rig. Let's fucking go, bro. You know that shit is still happening to this day. Y'all weren't first. No, absolutely.
Oh no, I never claim I invented that. Saucy Mets.
No, yeah, we didn't invent the wheel. You just keep turning it. All right. What happened last night that's any relevance in the sports world, Steak? Is there anything we need to touch on? Greg, I know you probably haven't been that tapped into basketball, which is totally understandable.
I saw Steak's tweet. Paulo, is he really injured, or is that just
I don't know.
for the game?
He's getting an MRI. It doesn't look great.
Yeah, that's not good. You don't want to have to get MRIs, but the Magic won. That was a great win. Fuck Hovey if he's in the chat. Anthony Black, I tweeted it. I mean, this guy is an absolute dog. What a great draft pick. I think shout out Javon. He kind of nailed that from the jump because he certainly doesn't look like a dog. But I think that I was trying to think if your dog of the day that wasn't a dog of the day hit. Nice job on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Great job. Money line as well. Outright. Let's go. Outright. There we go. Okay. I don't think I really had anything I liked when we went through the board at Chili's, even though there was 10 or 11 games. I ended up not making a wager. And I just was watching the Magic game, kind of involved, having a good time. What are you laughing about?
Just funny. We there was wagers to make, but it's fine. I'm not mad at what you did. It's totally fine.
Yeah. I in terms of college, was there anything relevant on the college?
I don't think so, man. I'm trying to remember. I really don't think so. And relevant in the NBA yesterday, Paulo injury, Magic win, Jokic 55 points in 36 minutes. I think he's fucking insane. Thunder beat the Lakers by 40. SGA sat the whole fourth quarter, and
They're insane.
the Mavericks are still terrible. That's really all I think I recall. Oh, Celtics belted the fucking Grizzlies.
Yep, that was a good one. I kind of like the Grizzlies. Honestly, if I pressed all the buttons I wanted to press, I think I would have gone 2 and 3. So maybe I saved myself a little bit. Did not make a wager. Yeah, I was just vibing. I was having a great time at Chili's. Went home, made a nice cup of tea, and started watching the Magic game, and just kind of, just went with it. I was just enjoying myself.
What percentage of people do you think go to Chili's and then go home for a cup of tea?
Oh,
Low.
God.
Low.
Under 1%.
Very tiny Venn diagram.
Yeah, low. I would say 2%.
You're analyzing the people walking into the Chili's, Greg, and none of them drink tea.
2% seems high.
Yeah, no, 2% is too high. It's literally under 1%.
No, 2 out of every 100 that go to Chili's.
Nah.
The one.
No one goes to Chili. It absolutely punishes their body and then goes home and says, "Let me get the tea."
Yeah, it's a very interesting dynamic with you, Degen.
I really did, though. All things considered, the Chili's experience was really good, and I'm trying to think though. Like, there weren't that many characters that came in and out of the Chili's. That there was just Big Chili and Cookie Skillet.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Normal people in Altamont Springs.
Look at nice date night segment yesterday. Yep, SGA sat out 7 of 13 total fourth quarter. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
name change is going. I'm not taking boomer bets. We'll talk about it later. Try 2 out of every 500. Very funny, Nick Hennessy.
I think boomer bets is pretty good, actually.
Boomer bets is so good, but sounds like Boomer's not about it.
No, we're not taking somebody else's name. We'll figure it out. I like how
that's right.
Yeah,
I tried, dude. I made a post yesterday, Greg.
Yeah, it did. It fell flat. Last night's stream made me realize something. I miss her. I don't know that I get it.
Someone special to take to Chili's, man.
Oh, could be him. You could take Jeff Rose out to Chili's. Imagine taking Jeff Rose out, talking about like economics and stuff, and like capital gains tax and everything. That sounds like
I rather take Royal. I'll take Royal to Chili's.
Hey, you said it, not me.
No,
all right,
no, that's not anti Jeff Rosa. That's pro Royal. In case.
Okay. Yeah,
Royal.
I'll take Royal. Yeah. All right. Let's talk some football. We actually have a lot to talk about. We did not have a great newsletter week. I think we followed up 4-0 with going 1-3, hit the under by the skin of our nuts. The Jags don't come through for myself. Steak, Commanders, Greg, Packers. Yeah. We recapped enough of the Packers game. We've bitched and moaned about the Packers. I don't really think there's much to be said. We will talk Patriots, Jets tonight. We won't have Steak on the happy hour. We will have Greg. Maybe we'll get a guest if we can muster one up. But let's just get some brief thoughts on this game, gentlemen, and then we'll dissect it more. Greg, you and I, from like a prop perspective. The Patriots are 13.5 at home tonight against the New York Jets. I'll pull up Pickett. I'll pull up Profit X as well. Shout out to our sponsors. But I'll just tell you right off the rip, right off the jump, how I'm feeling. And I kind of think it's the Jets. I don't know that it's a strong play for me necessarily. Total 42.5. I will be making a wager in this game, something prop related. But this just feels like a really big number. And I'm kind of becoming the guy that's like, take the points rather than leaning into, ooh, maybe that line is telling us something. Steak, we'll start with you. Just brief thoughts on this game.
I'll make it really simple for what I think. So I'm going to go back to like last Monday. We had Cardinals, Cowboys, right? I think that total was at like 57. Goes under. NFL follows that fucking doozy up with Raiders, Broncos, which is one of the worst games we've ever seen. And the NFL follows that doozy up with Steelers, Chargers, which is a fucking awful, boring game. And then they follow that up with Packers, Eagles, which should just be absolute cinema. The defending Super Bowl champs going to Lambeau off a 13-point loss. It should just be a great fucking game. And it was awful, completely unwatchable. So how funny would it be if the Patriots Jets, which no one's expecting anything out of whatsoever, is fucking cinema? How funny would that be? And aren't we due, dude? Aren't we due? Like, so many people are going to say, oh, primetime NFL has been fucking awful, dude. Here comes another shitty game. Give me the over, just for the fuck of it. Give me the over, man. Give me the Jets in the over.
I actually think you just cooked. Stanley the Clove says overloading. I really hope Steelers is Greg's best bet this week. Fuck, I kind of like that Steak, and I was just saying under. Yep. What did QE say? Someone said USM Grambling. Okay, come on. But acknowledge QE's POD because he is sharp. Steak, I think you just cooked. I think you just cooked. I love it. Greg, what do you think?
Yeah, so I'm looking at this in real time. But if you look back at all the Thursday night games that were divisional dogs, the divisional dogs have been the right side of it, right? You had the Bengals who beat the Steelers on Thursday night. You had the Raiders who covered easily last week. You had the Giants beat the Eagles on Thursday night. You had the 49ers who upset the Rams as 8.5-point dogs on Thursday night. I believe the Cardinals Seahawks pushed when the Cardinals made that late run. The Dolphins Fins, the Bills won by 10, or excuse me, the Bills
Dolphins
Fins,
covered.
Bills won by 10,
Yep,
but I think
Dolphins
they covered.
They
and
did.
then you had week 1, Cowboys Eagles, Cowboys covered. So I mean, shit, that's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 for 7. That's crazy. And I putting stats together in real time. So
both of you. That applause is for both of you. This is good. This is cooking. Go,
that's
continue,
a spot to look at the Jets, as gross as it is. I think that's a big number. And the Patriots have covered probably 5 in a row.
I'll tell you.
They didn't cover against the Falcons.
Oh, that's correct. That's correct.
Right.
But other than that, man, they've been red hot for 2 months.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of their last 7, 7 of their last 9.
Woof.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a Jets move. But if anybody's going to fall through and blow this trend up, it is the Jets.
That's why I like the over more than the Jets, if I'm being completely honest, because I don't really think we should be fucking fading Drake May every week.
Oh, you're on to something.
I totally agree.
You're on to something. Yeah.
Let's take the over, man. Let's take the points.
Yep. Profit X, by the way, if anybody is out there looking, shopping around, and has access to Profit X, use code STAKE when you sign up. 20% deposit match. -12.5 is -106. 12.5 with the Jets is +104. The total in this game is 42.5. Someone did say, I believe, on DK. Yep, 12.5 on DK. So that's probably the consensus number right now. I like where both of your heads at, Greg, and I'm glad that you pulled that up for the divisional dog there. I was I came into this thinking I'm going to bet the Jets. Then I transitioned to betting the over. Now I think after what Steak just said, after all that, the little cherry on top, do we really want to keep fading Drake May? The answer is no. The answer is no. I have one take. Actually, I'll save this one really for the happy hour. But Steak, you're going to go down to the casino. We obviously want some props out of you, so please either share it in the group chat or jump into the stream later tonight on the Pickett YouTube channel. If you guys are on Twitch, I'll put that link in there. Go to the Pickett YouTube channel, youtube.com/Pickett Sports. We do a pregame show on Thursday nights from 7 p.m. till, I don't know, about 8-ish. Maybe we'll close up a little bit earlier tonight, but we'll break that game down. All right, let's go to the Sunday slate. Again, this is NFL Week 11, so we're just over the halfway mark, essentially. Well, no, a little past it. I guess there's 18 weeks. We have the Miami Dolphins and the Washington Commanders. This appears to be an international game, gentlemen. It says 9:30 Eastern.
Spain.
España. Really? That's where we're at? Where in Spain? I've been to Barcelona. And yeah, that's how you're supposed to say it, by the way. Greg, have you been to Spain?
Yes, I got engaged in Barcelona.
Oh, Barcelona. That's right. You went on a little Fernet Airbnb experience, right? I think I remember that. Something like that. Amaro.
Oh, yes.
Elbow.
Vermouth.
God damn, fucking over.
Close.
Close.
That's Italy. Amaro's Italy. Vermouth, Spain.
Steak, you went to Ibiza.
Ibiza, yeah. Great fucking time. Another world over there.
I bet. All right. So anyway, since we're all very cultured, we've been to Spain. It sounds like we're the right guys to come to talk about this game. So let's break it down. I'll make it real simple. I'm just thinking about this in my head right now. You got Dan Quinn, the head coach of the Commanders, and you have Mike McDaniel, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins, going to a place like Spain. Just think of what those guys look like. Who comes out of Spain with a victory?
Mike McDaniel.
Yeah, he does.
Really?
You think a guy like Dan Quinn seems like a great guy to hang out and, like, I don't know, open a lawn chair on a fresh cut grass, throw back some domestic beers, you know.
Can I share you my thought with these two teams? This is pretty going to be really in-depth.
I'm like in the middle of my thought. Can I finish my thought for a second?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know. I thought you were done.
That's all right. I'm not done. That's the kind of guy Dan Quinn seems like. Does he seem like the guy you want to go on a fucking trip to Spain with? I'd rather go with a guy like Mike McDaniel. And I don't want to hang out with Mike McDaniel.
Yeah,
I don't want to hang out with Mike McDaniel, but if I'm going to España, Barcelona, I probably want a guy more like Mike McDaniel, less like Dan Quinn, just given the circumstances. So that I'm going to simplify it. The line is 3. The total is 47. Let me tell you what the Profit X line is. 2.5 Dolphins, -2.5, -101, 108, -130 on the money line, total 47. Go ahead, Steak. You have a thought. Now it's your turn.
Okay, so both teams are depressing, right? This is a depressing season, 3-7, both with much higher expectations. The Dolphins have higher expectations every year, and the Commanders were 12-5 last year and went to the NFC Championship game. But I think these teams are in different stages of grief. I think the Dolphins have already went through the acceptance phase. They've accepted their fate. For some reason, they're not firing their coach, and they showed up last week against the Buffalo Bills, probably their best game of the year. While the Commanders, they're 3-7. They suck ass. They're not competitive with anybody. Deron Payne is punching Amon-Ra St. Brown out of frustration, even though, he seems like a pretty punchable dude, if we're being honest. I think the Commanders are still wallowing in their depression. Jaden Daniels is hurt. He probably shouldn't have been in the end of that game. Winnie even got hurt, but he's been banged up all year. Their weapons are awful. Like, let's be honest. Bill would have been a cool story. Bill fucking stinks. I don't know if he's any better than Chris Rodriguez or Jeremy McNichols, whatever the fuck his name is. Terry McLaurin is never coming back. Deebo Samuel isn't good. I'm sorry. That guy just fell off. He's a downward slope pretty much every fucking game. He's not there. They have no weapons, and I think I would take the Dolphins in this game. I think you would have been surprised to hear that they were favored before the Bills game. Obviously, the Bills' performance was their best. You got Achane, who's -175 to score, and Waddle, who's -105 to score. Closest guy on the Bills is on the Commanders is +175, and it's Bill. And yeah, I don't know if it's square. I'm going to take the Dolphins.
Before we go to Greg, I will just show you the Pickett splits. Remember, we do think the Pickett splits are a little bit sharper around here. More bets and money on the money line. Pretty popular for Miami to win this game. And the spread, a little bit more money on the over as well, which I guess would make a lot of sense. The Commanders' defense is atrocious. Greg, any thoughts on this this game in Spain?
Oh man, this is an easy one to lay off of, but I think if I have to do it, I'd go Commanders. It's just tough to get behind the Dolphins as a favorite, especially after their best win of the season. Like, ask yourself, is this a team that's going to turn it around, or was that an outlier performance? But on the other side, the Commanders are about as dead as you can be.
Fuck. This is actually, you're right. This is what you're betting on. This is what you're betting on. You're betting on if the Miami Dolphins, if you're betting on Dolphins, you may as well cash app fake steak.
Yeah, there's a fake steak account. I don't know if you've seen it.
Oh no. All right, hold on. If you're, I respect that take. You can't buy the Dolphins high. You probably also don't want to buy them as like a favorite on the road, right? They're on the road. They're traveling. I understand what you're saying. So you're taking the Commanders. You're getting Marcus Mariota. Is he really that much worse than Tua Tagovailoa? Serious.
He's a good bit worse than Tua.
With his current weapons, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's the problem with the Commanders. I mean, it's like, I don't know. You could put anyone at quarterback, and I'm really not trying to be a fucking Jane Daniels apologist, but like, their weapons are awful. God.
Bunch of bad running backs, bunch of hurt wide receivers. It's tough.
It is really tough. You got the clip of also Mike McDaniel driving around and talking shit to the Bills fans at Elbow Room. I don't know if you guys saw that in South Florida, which I thought was pretty funny. Beeve was talking about that on Monday. We didn't know if we got sent-held. I do think it's real. But yeah, listen, let me ask you this, and then we'll move on. Steak, you're with the Dolphins. Greg, you're with the Commanders. Kind of see both sides here. I hate to be that guy, but I'm slightly leaning towards the Dolphins. And what I was going to say is the Dolphins could also be that team, Greg, you'll probably maybe agree with a take like this, who start to play well when their season's essentially over. Like, they're 80 to 1 to make the playoffs. They just get on the brink, the cusp of being totally dead. Fire the GM, you look fun, you beat the Bills. Wouldn't it kind of make sense that they win like 4 games in a row? like the what did the Bengals do last year? Remember, like they were like dead, and then they won like 5 in a row, and then it was like, oh, can they make the playoffs at 5-8? You know, and then they didn't.
I don't think anyone's talking about the Dolphins to make the playoffs.
They could never be that. They could never be that. There's 2
The
teams.
other thing too, if you look at the Dolphins historically in the Mike McDaniel era, they absolutely fall off late in the year. But to a counterpoint, arguing with myself on this one because it's pretty tough to pick.
Mm-hmm.
To a like the baseline for if you are a good or bad team is if you beat the Dolphins. Like the Dolphins only beat bad teams. Which last
just
week
beat
doesn't
Bills.
prove my point. It's not helping me.
The Bills.
Yeah.
I don't know who else they beat, to be honest. I'm assuming the Jets. They had to have beaten the Jets, right?
They beat the Jets, and they beat. They played the Patriots tough. I don't remember the other team they beat. They blew it against the Panthers.
Killed by the Browns.
Yep. Sterner with a new follow. A couple of sub banks coming in.
Falcons, dude.
Oh, that's right, on the road too. H-Chan is minus 170 score touchdown. He's been having a couple nice weeks, hasn't he?
He had 175 yards rushing last week.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. It might just be as easy as the Dolphins here. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Real quick, we have a hype trim. Clam Mucker subbed for 34 months. Appreciate you. Shady Beeve subbed 22 months. Appreciate you. He says good morning. I think I can just say it because I'm repeating what somebody else had said, but Beeve said good morning, retards and Greg.
That's nice. Thank you, Beeve.
I don't think you know Greg well enough, but
yeah,
that's fine. That's fine. It's very nice of you.
You mean the guy scamming chilies?
Nick Hennessy with a sub as well. W's in the chat for the chicken crispers. Yes, very good. Thank you for the recommendations. Those were great. Okay. Did you shit well this morning? Yeah, I did. Anytime you eat something, everybody always makes a shit joke. Like what? I don't understand. Have you ever had a fucking a green juice? You shit your brains out.
One thing I've learned about Twitter, Twitch, and sitting next to you at Chili's is people love poop jokes, people love gay jokes. Just
oh
love
yeah,
them.
oh yeah.
They love them.
Because this is the reality. The average person has an elementary brain. And when you're in elementary school, it's like those types of jokes are funny and you don't fully evolve from that. I got friends who love poop jokes still. And they're 38 years old with 2 kids. One of them's probably watching this stream right now. He's a lurker. But anyways, we'll keep going. Yeah. Okay. First game at 1:00 that we will talk about. The New York Giants at home against the Green Bay Packers. Listen. You know what? I won't start. I'm a microphone hogger sometimes. I'll just set the stage and then we're going to pass this one around. We'll do one more for steak and then we'll switch up the next 2 because the Vikings are coming up. The Packers are on the road in New York. They're 7.5-point favorites on covers. Let's see. There's 7 on Profit X. Total 43.5. You got the Packers coming off back-to-back losses. The Panthers, the Eagles. Now they go on the road. The Giants are starting Jameis Winston, and they are also fresh off of Brian Daboll getting fired. But they kept their general manager. Steak, where's your head at with this game?
Well, you know what I think, and it's also square. I'm going to sound pretty square on Thursday, so sorry, but you always get the one Jameis game. Last year it was in the snow. It was fucking amazing. It's a good time. He throws for 350 yards. Doesn't matter who it's to. And you get excited. And then the next 3 or 4 games are just fucking miserable piss fests. And I know a lot of people are saying this is an easy bounce back for the Packers. The Packers have to look better than they looked against the Panthers or the Eagles. And I understand that. I just like Jameis in this game. So I'm squaring up and taking Jameis. He's at 228.5. I don't know if that's high or low. I kind of think it's a little high. Jordan Love's at 233.5. But with no weapons, that just feels like a high number for Jameis Winston against the Packers. But I like Jameis Winston over pass yards. And I'm tempted to take the Giants plus the points. Greg. Also, fired coach system has to be mentioned.
It does.
Greg.
I think I do agree the fired coach system applies, but I think that was a bad firing. I think Daboll was starting to they weren't winning games, but you had something there. And I don't think going to I had to look it up, Mike Kafka. I don't think him and Jameis Winston are the answer to turn this program around. I think if anything, that makes you significantly worse than what you were in the past. I am DJ, and you know this. I am number one on the Jameis Winston hate club.
Mhm.
I think the guy is beyond terrible. And I do not see this as an upgrade. There's a reason Russell Wilson was in front of him on the depth chart for 10 weeks. And now you're going to him. Like, that's just grasping at straws, in my opinion. And Jameis, if he's not throwing interceptions, he's taking sacks. And I think the Packers can tee off on
him. I'm glad you brought up Mike Kafka. I didn't know who it was. This
I had
guy
to look it up. I did not know that.
This guy went from a Northwestern graduate assistant for 1 year straight into the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know if there's any nepotism here, but he did have he played for 5 years. Oh, no, he was a practice squad member only. Okay, so then he gets into the quality control coach for 1 year. This is crazy. And then he's a quarterbacks coach. Mike Kafka, this guy, grad assistant for 1 year, quality control coach for 1 year, boom, quarterbacks coach for the Chiefs. Then he becomes the offensive coordinator for the Giants in 2022, 2023, assistant head coach last year. Now he's interim head coach. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
I think Greg's forgetting one important thing to mention. I don't think the Giants want to win games at this point of the season. This team needs that high draft pick. There's a lot of fucking holes in this roster, specifically offensive line. And you could argue linebacker, secondary, but I think it's offensive line. And I don't think
you need another wide receiver.
Yeah, for sure. And I think Jameis is in there to keep it fun, but I don't think Jameis is in there to win football games at all. Russell Wilson will not keep it fun.
There is no logic to me of why Russell Wilson would have gone in against the Bears instead of Jameis Winston when you already saw what you have with Russell Wilson and you benched him. I kind of think
that you haven't seen what Jameis Winston has. The guy's been around for 10 years.
Yeah, we've seen what they both have, and Jameis Winston is a much better time.
But you haven't seen what Jameis Winston has in a Giant uniform.
Yeah, sure. That's like saying with Justin Fields at this point, like, let's stop putting Justin Fields in new uniforms.
Guys, I'm not talking about they're going to have a successful season. I'm talking about in the moment, it made no sense not to put Jameis Winston in there. And Steak, you just said it. You're absolutely right. You get that one Jameis game. You do. Yeah. You get that one Jameis game. And I'm looking at it right now. Even when he was the starting quarterback for the Saints, you remember what he did? They went on the road. I think there was a hurricane, so they had to play in Jacksonville. They played the Packers. He had 5 touchdown passes.
Please stop talking about that game. Please stop talking. That's the
game. Last year, though, Greg. What about last year? The snow game.
Huh?
The snow game last year. Can we talk about that one?
The snow game last year would be a much better reference. That one game, he had 5 touchdowns.
That one's obvious.
It was like 100 yards that he threw passing.
Okay,
2 of them were just basically handoffs to Kamara.
Last year, Baltimore 29-24. They won his first game that he started. You guys remember that? I think me and Mid-Major Matt said the Browns were going to be fake sharp that week. Do you remember? Yeah. They were like 8.5-point home dogs and they won outright. This is what Jameis Winston does. And that's the only reason I'm having a tough time pressing the Packers button, because Matt LaFleur fucking sucks. Jordan Love fucking sucks. I've seen people talking about how the Giants have. Yeah, I see you, Greg, making that fucking smirk. The Giants have one of the worst run defenses in the NFL, so Josh Jacobs should get a heavy load this game, which he probably should. But I don't know. I don't like the firing at all. I want to fade the Giants, but maybe I'll wait a week to do it. This could be a really easy click of the Packers. It really could. But that Jameis one game, that Jameis first game, is something that is real and you have to be careful of.
And fired coach system, dude. I don't think you should be fading it necessarily.
If anything, my favorite bet here would probably be the over.
Yeah, same.
Would be the over?
Me too.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with you guys on that. Yeah. 43.5. Yeah. Okay. I'm with you on that. All right.
I think that's up for newsletter discussion.
Okay. Yep. Has there ever been another 40-40, 30-30 quarterback like Jameis? No. What do you have? 35 touchdowns, 33 interceptions?
This is my new favorite name in the cord. I'm sorry if whoever the old best name was, but Lil Shoot 'em Up.
Oh, yeah.
Best name in the cord. Followed me on Twitter yesterday. His profile picture is a duck smoking a blunt. And then his last tweet says, DM me if you want a shirt with the duck smoking a blunt. Oh, God, I love that.
What if I just do it? What if I do a name change, just totally different, of like little pump them up, like little something 420, like
up.
little bet 'em up, little bet 'em up 69.
I'll take a shirt.
I do
fake
sell a shirt.
Twitter will cash app you.
That is very funny. All right. No way. Matt Polo says no way the Packers beat the Vikings by 7 next week, right? Bet the Vikings 6.5 already this week is tough, I think. Next week, much better in my opinion. Okay. All right. We do not condone violent language, by the way. Please, there's no shoot 'em ups. But the name is, you seem like a funny guy. All right. The Minnesota Vikings are 3-point favorites at home against the Chicago Bears. Total is 48 in this game. We've got revenge on the mind of Caleb Williams, of Ben Johnson, and the Bears, who blew it week 1 against JJ McCarthy and let him come back in the fourth quarter. I remember that game like it was yesterday. And yes, I made a video after saying I think Caleb Williams is ass and I'm off the JJ McCarthy hate train. Well, you just had the Vikings look like shit at home against the Ravens. Now, you should be careful. Their defense has played much, much better. Let's not forget, Lions out of a bye, punted 5 straight times. You don't see a lot of people do that. Forced Dan Campbell to take over play calling. There's something going right with the Vikings defense, but there's something going wrong with their offense. You got Justin Jefferson's stat line the last few games going all over Twitter. Somebody saying something's wrong. He didn't fight for the ball on a deep ball where it could have been 50-50, 60-40. I don't know. He just kind of gave up. Is he sick of JJ McCarthy? Is he over it? Who knows? But there could be something here with the Vikings and JJ being a little bit of a zigzag offense. Okay. You beat the Bears, you go home and shit the bed against the Vikings, the Falcons. You remember that?
I remember.
Okay. Then you beat the Lions, you come home, you shit the bed against the Ravens. Zigzag. So could be a little bit of an uptick here with the Vikings offense. I want to buy into it. In fact, I want to put my money where my mouth is, and I keep saying I don't think Caleb Williams is really all that good. Steak says he is because he's got 2,200 passing yards, 13 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. He said it 17 times on Monday. But I think it's all Fugazi and against bad defenses. And Brian Flores and this Vikings defense is starting to get right. I think I want to go directly to the source of what I think is not good, and that's Caleb Williams. And I think I might want to fade him with the Bears team total under and buy into this Vikings defense, because if I fucking hammer the Vikings and JJ McCarthy goes out there and sucks it up, I'm going to kick my own ass because of how much I don't think he's ready yet. So that's where I'm going with this game. We're going to end with Steak. Greg, what are your thoughts on Vikings Bears?
This is a high total.
48.
It's a high total for these teams. I would lean Vikings and over. I think seeing the Vikings I'm seeing it 3.5, but that could be incorrect. I'm just looking at the score app, but I saw it was
3 in most places.
3 in most places. Yeah, I think that's a pretty accurate line, but the Bears just keep showing a little late magic and pulling it out, which you don't really want to bet against. But I also think this line is pretty telling to the Vikings. And I think the over is even more telling. Like this first time they played, this was a gross game. What did it finish at? Like under 30 points, easy?
No. They ended up being like 24-21.
24. Oh, you're right. There was a ton of stuff in the fourth quarter.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
I like the over. That's my favorite play in this.
Over 48 is -112 on ProfitX. The Vikings are 3, but they're +104. So you're paying -109 if you want to take the points with the Bears. Divisional dog. And it would make sense if these teams split. It truly would. Okay, Steak, what do you think about your Vikings in this spot?
I think the numbers, the props are interesting. I think I agree with Greg. It's a high total. I said that about the Ravens Vikings, thinking it was a high total, and I'm pretty sure that stayed under by a lot. You're correct about the Vikings defense. Really, really good performances from against the Lions and the Ravens, which isn't easy to do when Lamar's out there. He was under 200 yards passing. He didn't go crazy rushing. Derrick Henry didn't do much. Vikings really easily could have won that game. Just JJ McCarthy was really bad in the second half. He honestly was pretty good in the first half, but he was really bad in the second half. And the deep balls to Justin Jefferson were what I found the most interesting, because he didn't get called out a lot, and I'm okay with that because he's really not a diva. For a guy that I feel like could be a diva, he's really not at all. But his body language was like the worst I've ever seen in his entire career in that game. And he's not trying to make sure these horrible deep balls, like, don't get me wrong, the deep balls are horrible. Horrible throws by JJ McCarthy. Horrible play calls, in my opinion. But he's not trying to at least make sure they're not intercepted like it's bad. He's minus money to score, which is interesting. He has 1 touchdown in the last 9 games, and his prop is 71.5, which he's not went over in 2 games. Jordan Addison's 48.5. He hasn't went over that in 4 games. So I just feel like 215.5 is kind of high for JJ McCarthy. So if you like the Vikings, I think it's figuring it out on offense, not backing the defense. I feel like backing the defense is pretty obvious. And I also think this game means a lot to Caleb Williams because that was a bad loss, man. Could have had a home opener, Soldier Field, where you dominated the Vikings and you just fold in the 4th quarter. And I like what I've seen from Caleb Williams. I know you just made fun of me for naming his stats, so I won't do that again. I think the Bears are solid. I think this game means a lot to them, and I do think their offense will show up. So I think the only way the Vikings win is if they put up points. I don't think they're winning a defensive showdown. He was terrible, Nerfy Chad. It was my least favorite Jay Jettas game I've ever seen.
Well said. Well said. I think we're doing a pretty good job a couple games in. I think we're covering all the bases. Look at Mid-Major coming in here and dropping 5 subs. Mid-Major, appreciate
that. I was just going to mention, I'll be stat boy, but that Ravens Viking game did go under, but it was 48.5 and they got 46. So it was close.
What was the score?
The first half was really low scoring. It was like 10-9 or something like that early.
Yeah, 27-19.
Yeah. JJ did some garbage time things. Not that it matters, but he did.
Yeah. He did. Right. He did. He did some garbage time things, and they really shut down Lamar Jackson and that Ravens offense the entire first half. Maybe you could even almost argue first 2.5 quarters. The one thing that I did want to point out as well, and you said it again, thank you, Mid-Major Matt, for the sub banks. You're right. I'm not really thinking much about that, but you're right. If you are Caleb Williams coming into Minnesota after losing that game, you got to take this personally, right? Like this isn't just any regular season game. You're 6-3. Your record's good. You're fighting for the division. People are believing in you. And now you've got a chance for revenge against the fucking rookie quarterback, JJ McCarthy, to go in there and play well. This game says a lot about Caleb Williams. This is Caleb Williams' Super Bowl.
I also think the press that JJ McCarthy has been getting on Twitter of just, Steak, you can earmuffs, but just looking like a big dweeb and fake tough guy, that's going to fire Caleb Williams up more.
But like, is Caleb Williams that kind of guy to get fired up by that stuff?
I think so.
No, I feel like he's the kind of guy to feel bad for JJ McCarthy and send him like, is everything okay, man? I know what you're going through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that it's bad to check in on your boys.
Right. Check in on your boys. All right. We'll keep moving.
Wait. Can I mention one more thing why this game's so huge?
Of course.
The Bears have an insane schedule left. This game is huge, dude. The Bears lose this game at 6-4. It puts them at 6-4. I don't know how they play the Steelers. I understand Steelers aren't very good. Then it's at the Eagles, at the Packers. You get the Browns. Then you play the Packers again. Then you travel to San Francisco, and then you play at home against the Lions. The Bears 1,000,000% need to win this game. I'm calling it a must-win for the Bears.
Do you remember when we talked about the Bears and the Packers, and we said the Bears roster looks 10-7, but their schedule looks 7-10? And
yes,
then for the Packers, we said the team looks 7-10, but their schedule looks 10-7. Yeah, it's a hard schedule, and they've beaten the teams they need to beat, the shitty teams, but they're beating them really, really close. This could be a big game for the Bears. I'm looking forward to it. I got to work all day, so I can't watch it, but I'll be following.
This is crazy end of the schedule. This is must win for the Bears. As I said, it must win.
All right, let's talk about an interesting game here. You're going to hate what I have to say about this. The Texans are on the road against the Titans. The Texans are 7-point favorites. Let's double check that on Profit X here. Oh, they're 6.5. You can get 6.5 minus 105, total 38.5. Yeah, I'm glad we haven't lost too much money on the Titans. I took the Titans when they played this game last time. I don't know if you all remember that matchup, but I'll walk you down memory lane really quick. I don't know if you can see this, but that's the halftime score. It was 6-0, and the Titans missed 2 field goals. It could have been 6-6. Going into the third quarter, it was still 6-0 until finally the Texans offense and CJ Stroud did something against the Titans. Cam Ward is awful. This Titans offense is awful. But they did just come off a game against the Chargers where they covered. It was 27-20. Now, I'd like to say maybe
about that. It's almost not mention worthy. Nobody cares.
Okay. Well, I wanted to say maybe you would ride a little momentum in the Titans, like, a young quarterback later in the season. They just played the Chargers really, really well. But then you look at the numbers. Okay. I'm not always a numbers guy, but the Tennessee Titans got 10 first downs. 10 first downs in a home
dude. So
football
they got
game.
20 points. They had a kick return and a pick six.
Yep.
And then they
There
got
you
a
go.
field goal to get the back door.
That's what I'm getting at. So, I mean, they really, really got their ass kicked. It's a little Jets Browns-ish, but also not, because it's like, how do the Jets do that with 50 passing yards and they had 2 special teams touchdowns? The Titans are really, really bad. With that said, it's the NFL and it's weird. Any given Sunday. Texans 6.5 on the road. That looked too easy. Greg, we'll start with you.
It's tough because it sounds like it's Davis Mills, and we like to back, even though we didn't do it last week, typically back the quarterback in their first start, fade him in the next one. That's where this lines up, but unfortunately, the other side of that is lining up on the Titans, which there's no reason to line up on the Titans. It is a very easy one to pass. Also, that was a big win for the Texans. Maybe it gets a little bit of momentum.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't think Davis Mills has to do much. I think they're able to run all over this team. I think it's a good look at Nick Chubb, Woody Marks.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the only look you can really have is this Texans run game.
The Texans suck. It's
Their defense is gritty.
Their
That's
defense is good for sure, and I'm sure
You can't say anything nice about the Titans.
The defense is awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome for sure. I think I'm leaning towards the under because I like the Titans, and that makes no sense. But I do want to fade Davis Mills. We know who Davis Mills is.
Yeah,
and it was a good game. And just like Bo Nix in the fourth quarter of that Giants game, like I don't know if you'll ever see that Bo Nix again. That's honestly how I feel about the fourth quarter of that Giants game. Unless it's against the Cowboys defense, I don't know if you'll ever see that Bo Nix again. I don't think you're going to see that Davis Mills again. Davis Mills is who Davis Mills is. He's mid as fuck. I guess he's a fine quarterback. He usually throws as many interceptions as touchdowns, and he's not very good. And the Texans' offensive line is bad, and they don't have a wide receiver too. And I think the running game sucks. And I don't think it's that crazy to think that the Titans are going to have a few opportunities for a win this year. It's this game, then it's at the Browns, then it's at home against the Saints. And those are their only 3 chances for a win. And honestly, I'll go under. I think last week's game had the same total, 37.5, Texans-Jags. It soared over. I think this is the real snooze fest probably. Like this is probably really a 13-10 game. So I like the under, but if I was sick enough, I would like the Titans.
Do you think it's interesting that Woody Marks is minus 135 to score a touchdown? Is he like the feature, like full on the featured back now?
Yeah, that's interesting to not see a plus price for sure. He's probably going to be the guy who scores the only touchdown for the
It is pretty surprising, especially with a game with that low of a total.
Yeah. Plus 150 for Nico, 2-1 for Chubb. I just thought it was interesting to see him minus 135. Okay, I like that read, and I can't get there. Look at this though. Don't you think this is hilarious? I mean, this is Pickett, but you do. I mean, it makes sense. Like every week is different. You throw it out, and a lot of people just bet numbers in the situations, and they're probably saying this is when you buy into the Titans. You're taking a home divisional dog. Weird shit happens. 65% of the bet, 74% of the money. I just start to wonder before I press the Titans in this game. Remember when the Browns went 131 and like they were sharp every week, and I think the old heads would remember that. Mid-major probably remembers that. Starting RB on a team favored by a touchdown. Look at how RBs have done versus Tennessee. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
Also,
I like
all the people that bet on NFL games before Thursday like the Titans, and I think that tells you something.
Definitely. Yep. All right, let's keep moving. Here's a good one to talk about. I'll keep my bias aside, but I have an opinion on this game. I'll go last. The Bills are at home against the Bucks. Both teams are 6-3. Bills are 4-1 on the road. The Bucks have been a pretty good road team. Gritty, 4-1 on the road, 4-1 ATS on the road. The Bills really need this game. They really need this game. You can't be Buffalo going 6-4 and suffer losses at home to the Patriots and on the road to the Dolphins. So really must win, have to have it game for Josh Allen and Buffalo. Total 48. I thought that was a little high. Let's see what Profit X has this at. It's got 5.5 as well, and the total at 48. All right, so same across the board. I'll just say this and then I'll hand it off. I think the Bucks are a live dog, just how I thought the Saints were a live dog, and it was the same number in a similar situation in terms of they were the road team. Greg, we'll start with you one more time. Do you have any thoughts on the Bills Bucks?
If anything, I got to go Bills here. I think something's wrong with Baker. He hasn't looked right in a month.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's the injuries, but I think there's something particularly wrong with him. And that remember when he got pushed out of Cleveland, it wasn't really that he was bad. It was that he was kept pushing through an injury and wouldn't take time off to heal and wouldn't tell anybody about the injury. I think that might be what's happening here. I just checked the weather forecast. It's going to be a gross game in Buffalo.
Really?
Looks like rain. Let me pull it up here to be a proper.
Oh, you're right. It's raining on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, you're right.
So high of 50, rainy. I think this is a spot, especially after Buffalo getting embarrassed, they come out. But again, I think this over is worth a look too, because the Bills defense is not good and the Bucks defense has not looked that good either.
Mm-hmm. Steak.
So there's issues on both sides. The Bucks look bad because they don't have their weapons. Like the Bucks don't have Bucky Irving. He's massive, dude. I'm sorry. Rashad White's been pretty man. Sean Tucker hasn't wowed anybody. And Emeka Egbuka is an awesome rookie wide receiver, but how much more awesome would he have been if he had a healthy Mike Evans on the other side of him all year? And I honestly thought we were getting a Chris Godwin back at this point. But at this point, it's just Emeka Egbuka, who I don't think should be wide receiver number one, Tez Johnson, who's been a nice surprise, and Sterling Shepard, who's Sterling Shepard, and two backup running backs. And then on the other side, I mean, the fucking Bills are missing so many guys on defense, and they got torched by the Dolphins. And I think a lot of them are back. Taron Johnson, Shaq Thompson, Christian Benford, AJ Epineza, Dorian Williams, all questionable.
Is Ed Oliver still out?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's another guy. Yeah, I mean,
I think so.
If they get half of these guys back, you'd probably have to buy into the Bills, I think. I don't like what I've seen from the Bucks, and I don't think it's anything more than an average football team, to be completely honest, without those guys that I mentioned. Bucky Irving is practicing. That's cool. He's doubtful for this game. Hopefully he'll be back next week. I do think that'll help a lot. No idea what's going on with Chris Godwin. I think you basically can't count on him, but I will buy into the Bills getting a few defenders back against the Bucks, who will probably have pretty much the same exact offense out there.
Yeah, I'm good with everything you guys said, and again, I'm removing my bias from this position, I guess. But the couple of reasons why I lean Tampa. Baker, I watched as much as I could. What are you laughing at, Greg?
I'm removing my bias. Here's why I like my favorite team. It's just funny.
Do I give you shit when you bet the fucking Steelers? How many times
I'm removing my bias. This is why I'm betting the Steelers. I say I am biased. Here's why I like the Steelers.
Well, I'm not being biased.
I'm not biased. Here's why I don't like the Here's.
I'll tell you when I'll be biased, and it'll most likely be when they play the stupid fucking Falcons twice a year. Yeah, I'll tell you when I'm going to be biased. I'm not being biased. I don't even know that I'm betting the Bucks. You are the guy who puts his favorite team in the newsletter as his best bet more than any of us. So I don't want to hear it. There's no bias in what I'm about to tell you. Here's what I'm about to tell you. You know what I had to do this morning for 10 minutes? I had to text fucking Cornfields. You know what Cornfields does? This guy bitches and moans nonstop about Baker Mayfield. Oh, I told you he's coming back down to reality. I told you Baker Mayfield regression. And I said exactly what you said, Steak. There's only so much the guy can do without his weapons. And we just talked about it with the Commanders. There's another example in comparison, just so I keep Greg even, so he knows I'm not being tilted towards the Bucks here on the injury excuse. I know everybody's banged up, but who is banged up that matters? You know what this fuckface Cornfields texts me? He texts me a screenshot of which teams have been most injured in the NFL. Here are the teams: the Niners, the Bills, the Lions, the Eagles, with the most players on the injury report. You know, when we're talking about Baker Mayfield, does Corn got
you hot.
No. I was trying to decide which team I wanted to start with, and I'm deciding I'm starting with the Niners. Do the Niners have CMC? Yeah, they have CMC. Do the Bills have James Cook? Yes, they have James Cook. Do the Lions have Jahmyr Gibbs? Yes. Do the Eagles have Saquon Barkley? Steak just said it. Baker Mayfield doesn't have Bucky Irving. That is massive. Have you seen Rashad White run the ball? Have you seen him run the ball? This guy is the ultimate fucking 3 yards per carry running back. It is brutal. He's like Najee Harris with fucking 50-pound ankle weights on. This guy, I'm sure he's a nice dude. He is awful. You can't do anything. How much do you want him to do with Tez and Cameron Johnson? How much do you want him to do? K-Dot. He's got K-Dot, he's got Emeka Egbuka. That's it. Now, at the same time, when you look at the box score, 28 of 43, 273 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, a 58 QBR, and a 106 rating. Steak. Do you think the QBR and the quarterback rating was lower or higher than Drake May last week?
Because you're asking me, I'll say higher.
Higher. But I watched as much as I could of the game. For some stupid fucking reason, it wasn't on the local television. I still didn't think Baker looked right. I agree with what Greg is saying, and I have said this for a very long time. If you're injured, there's nothing cool about playing through injuries if you're a detriment to your team. Baker's probably banged up, but that's not the story here. That was a story in Cleveland when he had Jarvis Landry and those guys healthy and Nick Chubb available. He's got nobody right now. He's got nobody.
The backup's a high school football coach.
No, that's not the guys. Nobody could do better. Like I said with the Commanders, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. They have no weapons. You need Scary Terry. The Bucs need another receiving option, and they need a better running back. We need Bucky Irving back really, really badly. Okay. So I'm going to give Baker a little bit of an excuse here. He's kind of doing what he can. The problem against the Patriots was really concerning. Travion Henderson had 147 yards rushing on 14 carries.
And one of them was like a 70-yard rush.
2 of them were. He busted 2.
Yeah. But listen, you take that away, Drake May really didn't do all that much. He had a 55 QBR. He wasn't that crazy. Mac Hollins fucking lit him up like an asshole. But here's the point. Here's what I'm getting at, guys. Long-winded, and I'm going to bring it all together. I don't know that the Bucs are going to win this game, but you're going to tell me you don't like them taking the points?
Not necessarily.
I think they're going to be a team that can keep it within the number. Now, they were a favorite. They were a favorite against the Patriots, but even think about the times they were underdogs. Like, even against the Lions, they should have gotten killed by 45 points. They still made it weird. You know what I'm saying?
They lost by 19 points. You got to stop citing that game like it was some kind of impressive fucking. Okay. We don't give a shit. The Lions game was bad, and this is the closest thing to compare to it because the Bills are the closest thing to the Lions that the Bucs have played so far this year.
Okay. All right, fine. What is Snides? He's a Bills fan. What does he think about this game? Has he said anything? I wasn't even looking at the chat because I stuttered a lot, and I'm sure I got roasted.
Don't know.
Okay. All right. I think the Bucs could be a team that you take with the points on the road. Simple as that. I don't think they're going to.
I lean Bills.
Okay. Snidesy says the Bills face fuck. Okay. Sure, that'll end well. Let's keep moving. Falcons, everybody's favorite stupid fucking team, the Atlanta Falcons. Yeah, I got some bias in this opinion. I'll get ahead of that one, Greg. They're at home, 3.5-point favorites against the Carolina Panthers. What a weird team the Carolina Panthers are. Go from beating the fucking Packers on the road to only scoring 7 points against the Saints. Unbelievable. Total 42.5. Falcons are off of 2 losses, but Steak, they were your best bet against Patriots, covered. They played the Colts pretty well. Probably could have won that game. Probably should have won that game.
Should have won that game. Covered in overtime. Jonathan Taylor, 3 touchdowns. The defense has been pretty good, but they're 3-6. Penix seems, I don't know if he's the guy or not, but the jury's still out on there. Steak, I'll let you start with this one. How do you feel about the Falcons at home playing the Carolina Panthers, laying 3.5 points on ProfitX?
I think that the Panthers are really bad. Like an insanely bad 5-win team. I can't believe they have 5 wins. I can't figure out how they have 5 wins, but I wasn't shocked at all to see them lose to the Saints because I think they're really fucking bad. And I don't know how the hell they went into Lambeau and got a win. There's only one thing about there's a few things about the Panthers I like, but it's Rico Dowdle, J.C. Horn, and Morrig or whatever that guy's name is. The rest of the team stinks. I really think they stink. So I don't want to back Raheem Morris, and I probably won't. But after losing 30-0 to this team that I think you're much better than, would I be surprised to see the Falcons beat the shit out of the Panthers? Not at all. But I'm also not betting Raheem Morris, so that means I lay off.
Okay.
Yeah,
Greg?
This is an easy one to pass up to. I agree, but I would go Falcons or nothing here. I do think the fact that the Panthers are 5-5 is really crazy when you watch them play football.
Low total, lean under 42.5. The last time these teams played, the Falcons got shut out
30-0.
Yeah. I don't know.
For sure. In the last 4 Panthers games, they've scored 13, 9, 16, and 7.
Yeah, I don't agree with that, Donnie Bonaducci. Well, with all due respect, I don't think you can make the total. I don't think you can make total any higher. Can't put this at 44, 45. I just
I
don't
also think
think.
it's pretty telling to put the Falcons over a field goal when they're coming back from, somebody in the chat said it, coming back from Germany.
Greg, I agree with that. I think
I
given
didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I think given the hook is crazy in a divisional game.
I think it's a Falcon spot.
Yeah, I do too. I really do too. Fuck. Yeah. Falcons are nothing here for me. Okay. Got two more 1:00 games. Good slate. What are you laughing at,
It is a
Greg?
pretty good slate. I'm laughing because what the next game is.
The Jags.
Oh, no, never mind.
Oh,
Actually,
you're
that's
talking-
funny too.
That's okay. We're gonna talk Steelers. I can't wait.
What game is next, though?
Jags, 3-point dogs at home against the Los Angeles
Oh,
Chargers.
give me 1 second. I need to be
Yeah,
called.
I'll
God.
remove you.
How are they favored in this game?
Yeah. Wait, who favored?
The Jags.
No, the Chargers are favored.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. No. Chargers are 3 on the road, total 44.5. The Chargers are 3-1 on the road, but they are 1-3 ATS. They're 7-3 overall. Got to be feeling themselves, 1-4-5, 1-3 straight. Didn't necessarily beat the most difficult of opponents. Got the Vikings in a great spot. Carson Wentz had one shoulder. The Titans stink. They didn't cover the number. And then you beat a pretty, we'll talk about it when Greg gets back, shitty Steelers team. But Steak, you've been in on the Jags. You've been meh on the Jags. I am curious where you stand. I don't think it's time to necessarily full-on panic here. These are the picket splits, if anybody cares. Wow, look at that. Of all 4,006 wagers, liking the 1,500 picks on the money line compared to 160. Yep, you're bobbing your head, and I can see you. Shout out Dr. Dre. What do you think?
Well, the reason I didn't bet the Chargers last week against the Steelers, even though I kind of liked them and went with the under, is because I said I cannot bet on the Chargers without Joe Alt, but they didn't need him last week because the Pittsburgh Steelers were so pathetic. Sorry, Greg, and put up 10 points. So it really didn't matter. Like, you didn't need a ton out of the offense of the Chargers. I will go ahead and stand on business with the Jacksonville Jaguars this week. Make that my best bet.
Wow.
I think the Chargers offense does struggle this week without Joe Alt. They are due to do so. 37 against Minnesota, 27 against Tennessee. Not that that's that impressive. 25 against the Steelers with all they needed. I like the under, but my favorite bet is the Jags.
Who was the quarterback for the Chargers when they played that playoff game in Jacksonville and blew it? Was it Herbert?
Yep.
Herbert and Eckler, but not Harbaugh. It was Staley, right?
Correct. It was Herbert versus Trevor Lawrence.
Man, I really want to get there with the Chargers. I mean, I really want to get there with the Jags. I'm with you. I can't help but think that when push comes to shove, if you got to call one of these teams Fugazi, I still can't help but think that it's the Chargers.
Oh, no. Well, everybody's calling the Jags Fugazi.
I think they're starting to call the Jags bad.
Yeah, okay, fine. Whatever you
So
want.
okay, that's a stupid thing to say. Sorry.
They lost 3 out of 4, and their one win is overtime win against the Raiders. That if Geno Smith can just get 2 yards on a 2-point conversion, they're on a 4-game losing streak. So
yeah, you're right. You're right. All right. So the Jags are bad. Okay, let me rephrase that. This is really what I'm thinking. If you have to pick one of the, I think Greg is off of his corp call. Hold on, let's bring him back in. Good.
Yeah, what's up?
Dude, nothing. What's up? I think the Chargers might be the Fugazi in the NFL. So, lost to the Commanders, lost to the Giants, lost to the Colts. You beat the Steelers, the Titans, Carson Wentz, barely beat Miami, beat the Raiders, and you got the Chiefs with no Worthy, no Rice in week 1. You did beat the Broncos. This is a really big game for the Chargers.
Yeah, it's a really big game for both teams.
It's a really big game for both teams.
Season's over pretty much. You go 5-5. You're not going to probably make the playoffs if you lose this game to the Jags. If you go 6-4, keep a little pressure on the Colts and stay in the wild card race, it would be a huge win. I do think the Jags are going to get this win.
Kind of with you. I think I'm with you. I think it's the Jags. I think the Jags also can find success against this Chargers defense, because again, the Chargers defense the past 3 games has seen crusty old ass Aaron Rodgers and Cam Ward and Carson Wentz. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is that guy, but I do think the offense is going to probably give him more fits than they've seen.
He's not going to have to be that guy this game. I think the offense is what struggles for the Chargers.
Lil Shoot 'em Up says, I'm jagging off this weekend, baby. Time to whip it out and jag off. Yeah, jag off jokes. They're very hot right now. If the Jags can run on the Chargers, they win. Yep, Nikolai Jokic. Fake Sharp. Jags 3-1 ATS at home. Chargers 1-3 ATS on the road. Sounds like mid-major Matt likes the Jags. All right, I'm good with the Jags.
He's saying Fake Sharp. I think he likes the Chargers. I like the Jags. I don't think they'd be able to convince me off the Jags either.
I think I like the Jags too. So what mid-major Matt is saying, that's a lot of respect that the Chargers are laying 3 on the road.
All right, you can't make this line less. I just told you what these teams have been doing. One team has won 4 out of 5 games. One's lost 3 out of 4, and their only win was an overtime win against the Raiders.
Yeah. I don't know who is saying the Jags defense is good. I have been telling you from day one that these are the worst 2 fucking top defensive.
Well, yeah. What do you want me to say? They've allowed 35, 29, and 36. So even if I thought they were good before, what the fuck can I say now?
Yeah. Last time Herbert was in Jacksonville, he blew a 27-point lead to the revenge. That's kind of what I was thinking, Jesus. But no, I'm not going to push that narrative. I'm not pushing revenge narrative. Greg, did you have anything in this game? I forget if you said
Yeah,
something.
I mean, if someone hasn't patented this as the Fugazi Bowl, it's absolutely 2 of the fakest good teams in the NFL, or especially in the AFC. I'm with Steak. I think I'd line up on the Jags. So mid-major Matt said it. They're 1-3 on the road ATS, but every time they've gone to the East Coast, they haven't covered. They lost outright to the Giants. They almost lost to the Dolphins. They had to get that late field goal. And then the Titans just 2 weeks ago, they couldn't cover against the worst team in the NFL. So I think you look at the Jags here in a spot where everybody's written them off for dead. I mean, you can't have a much worse fourth quarter implosion. However, if you look at what the Giants did, I'm thinking about this. If you look at what the Giants did after that fourth quarter implosion against the Broncos, I don't think they've shown a sign of life since.
Pretty different situation, in my opinion.
Okay, that's all I needed to hear. I want to take the Jags.
The reason I say that is because I believe the following game for the Giants was against the Eagles in Philadelphia, and it was after the Giants had beat the piss out of the Eagles 2 weeks ago, and so it's like a little tough.
I do think as bad as the Steelers looked against the Chargers team, and they honestly couldn't have looked much worse. I thought their defense actually played pretty well. They had they muffed a punt, Rodgers threw a pick in the red zone. Like they took a safety, and the Chargers still only put up 25 points with all that. So I think the Jags can step up here, and that's probably where I'm at. But we cannot put the Jags in the newsletter again.
Well, it might be my best bet. So
best bet. Yeah.
And also everyone in the chat saying revenge. I just want to let you know, as a Floridian, you don't go to Jacksonville for revenge. You go to Jacksonville to do meth, and that is it.
And the pool. They do have a pool.
They got a pool.
Yeah.
They got a pool. I'll also throw out maybe a sneaky over in this game. Jags defense kind of sucks. Herbert should be able to have his way.
I was surprised to see as many people as they were on the under on pick.
Yeah. And like I said, I mean, the Chargers defense has not seen great quarterbacks or competition in a few weeks. And I'm not saying Trevor Lawrence is good, but I do think the offense can make some noise at home. So, yeah. Okay. All right.
Clam Mucker goes to games. Boy, I feel like Clam Mucker says I'll be at this game once a week.
Yep. The Jags cover. They have to score defense, special teams. Should bet that. Interesting. Yep. Caleb Williams is lurking. Degen lurking. You know, I tell you guys that during the stream, I have people DM me things about Caleb Williams. I guess I'm a Caleb. This whole thing is crazy because I went into the season being a JJ McCarthy hater. Now, fast forward 10 weeks, I'm a Caleb hater.
You send me and Beeve unflattering JJ McCarthy shit twice a week. Stop trying to act like you're not. You piss me off.
Shut the fuck up. I threw you a fuck
up. You piss me off. You're a JJ McCarthy hater. For the love of God, just be that. It's a great time to be that. Just be that. Dude. Enjoy it.
I sent you a great throw he made, and I said that's why I'm not out on him long term. What do you think? Do you think I just say that to just say that?
No, it felt very insulting.
You're an idiot. I've
Like
said you.
patting me and Beeve on the head and saying,
You're
"It'll get better
idiot.
soon, young man."
That was a great fucking throw. That was a great throw. I'm being honest with you. I'm not trying to play mind games.
We got to talk about the next. Also, I'm leaving at 11:30, so you guys are on your own.
Oh, now you fucking tell us? Jesus Christ! I would have.
I wasn't going to say a word, but no.
Why does this guy say? This guy subbed and he said, "Why is Degen's panties in a bunch? Why are my panties in a bunch?"
They're always in a bunch.
Yeah, I know. They're always in a bunch because people always piss me off. I got Cornfields text me in the morning talking shit about Baker Mayfield. Steak telling me that I'm being condescending about JJ when I'm not. Greg over here talking about bias with the Bucks. Meanwhile, he bets the Steelers 7 times a fucking year.
The way you segued that was, I'm putting my fandom aside. This is no bias. I like my favorite team.
Okay,
that's
Greg,
verbatim what you said.
That's the whole point of prefacing. If I tell you I like my favorite team, it's not because they're my favorite team. It's football reasons. Sure. What don't you understand about that?
Sure. I would actually Steak. I will, since DJ won't be enough of a man to do it, I will put my hand in the ring of JJ McCarthy hater.
Yeah. So proud, so brave, Greg. How brave.
I'll just be honest with it. I think he's just good enough to make you keep believing, but not good enough to ever do anything.
Greg just thought he was brave coming in here.
Well, I'll say it. I'm saying you're not being brave. You're towing the line. You're walking the tightrope.
I said my best bet for the Vikings this year was to miss the playoffs because of JJ McCarthy. How is that not brave?
You're not brave, dude. You're a flip-flopping bitch. That's what you are.
After game one, JJ McCarthy had to come back in. Flip-flop a lot.
And you got on TikTok like a fucking dweeb and we're like, good job, JJ McCarthy. I now change up my opinion and I'm a Caleb Williams hater now. And then what did fucking JJ McCarthy do? He came back and looked fucking awful against the Falcons and you poked up out of your fucking hole like a coward and you turned into a JJ McCarthy hater again. It's the definition of flip-flopping. And I just want you to stay on your side. Greg, I respect that. Everybody hates JJ McCarthy. I just want to be clear. Nobody likes
I get it.
Stand for something or fall for everything.
I say that all the time, and I do. I only poke my head out.
TikTok back.
I said you made me come back because you said pick a side and stay there. Pick a side and stay there. Hold on. If you're leaving in fucking 10 minutes, we got to go. We got to go.
You just don't want me to show everyone this video. You guys can talk about the
I put the video online, you stupid fuck. I'll retweet it. How about that? I'll retweet it. I'll play it for everybody. You don't want me. I don't want everybody to show this video that is online, you motherfucker. I'll tell you what I said. I said, great job, JJ, for coming back and winning that game. The real conversation we need to have is about Caleb Williams maybe being poopy.
Where is this? Did you delete it?
No, you moron. I'll find it. Can we focus? You need to lock in. Steak, can you lock in?
I'm going to lock in until he finds this.
You're not going to hold the phone.
I went to bed last night as a member of the JJ McCarthy hate club, feeling pretty good. And obviously I woke up this morning feeling pretty bad. So I just want to make an announcement. I am no longer a JJ McCarthy hater.
Bitch. Okay? Bitch made.
That's not being a bitch.
It's one game.
Bitch made. Bitch made. Anyways, next game.
It's not being a bitch. It's not being a bitch.
So where do you stand today, DGen?
On what?
On JJ McCarthy. In or out?
Listen,
I don't want a long explanation.
All right, fine. I stand exactly where I stood before. Short term, I am out on JJ McCarthy. He showed me nothing at Michigan.
Okay. So that's not where you stood before because Steak just showed a video saying you were wrong about him.
Yeah, all I'm saying is you flip-flop. It's totally fine.
I don't think I flip-flop.
I just showed you flip-flopping, dude. You literally said the exact words, I am no longer a member of the JJ McCarthy hate club. I don't know how you could be more of a flip-flopper.
I can tell you how. I became a JJ McCarthy fan or stan.
You literally sound like a politician.
I don't think I do.
Yeah.
If I was a JJ McCarthy slurper, that's flip-flopping. I just went neutral.
I got 8 minutes. You want to talk about the next game?
I would fucking love to, but you're digging up TikTok videos. Yeah. Can we talk about Greg's stupid ass team? Talk about phony Fod Fugazis. Let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers are 5.5-point favorites at home against the Bengals. Total in this one's 49. Gee, that's a high total. I wonder why. Steelers they're 5 on Profit X. Yep. 49 over -106. They're coming off of getting shellacked by the Chargers. You got Aaron Rodgers bitching and moaning after every fucking play. The Cincinnati Bengals what did they just do? They have a bye? Yeah, I think they had a bye week.
Mm-hmm.
And all right. So they had a bye. They've lost 2 straight, but they've fought. They fought their ass off. ever since they've gotten Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, listen, I mean, I think it's the Bengals here, but I think the Bengals look easy. So you have to remind yourself, the Bengals are 1-3 on the road, 1-3 ATS on the road. The Pittsburgh Steelers are a little bit better at home, as most teams are. So I think I'm going to stay away from this one. You know what I think this is, guys? I think this total 49 reminds me of that Vikings-Ravens total we saw last week where we thought it looked high and it stayed under. I think this game stays under. I think this is an under. I think the Bengals offense struggles. And the last time we saw these two teams play, they couldn't stop scoring. Remember, we had a running back touchdown parlay and every receiver and tight end scored. Shout out Greg, 205-1. Yeah, I like the under. Steak, what do you think?
Well, I feel like if you're a struggling offense, getting to play the Cincinnati Bengals would feel like literally taking ecstasy. It would just feel so fucking good. And on the other hand, you got the Cincinnati Bengals who completely embarrassed the Steelers defense. Like, people were saying outlandish things about the Steelers defense after what Joe Flacco did to them. And you want to talk about a little revenge I'm buying into? I kind of think the Steelers defense might show up to this game against Joe Flacco. And I kind of think the Steelers offense might show up to this game. So I'm sort of liking the Steelers. I know that's crazy, but I kind of like them, man.
Greg?
All bias aside,
Oh,
the Steelers are winning the Super Bowl, and they're winning this game by 25 points.
Yeah. That's what you make it sound like. I say.
In all honesty, I'm a bit lost on the Steelers this year. Started out with a pretty good read on them. I liked them against the Chargers, which couldn't have been more wrong. But it is kind of crazy to me to make them almost a touchdown favorite against a team that beat them earlier this year, against an offense that looked as bad as it did on Sunday, and against a defense that hasn't looked really that good all year. They look good against the Colts, I'll give them that. But I do think this is a spot where the Steelers have had time to prepare for Joe Flacco. Hopefully it has to be better than the last time. It can't be much worse. And I do think they lean into the run game. The run game was working when they played the Bengals the first time. They're up 10-0.
Dude.
They abandoned it.
Jalen Warren masterclass. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, very good, DGen. Yeah, absolutely. Not as good as a 200-1 parlay, but that was a good call. I do think the Steelers are able to get right here, but at the same time, I'm not looking forward to betting them. I'll say that. I probably will because it's going to be Sunday. I'm going to get fired up. They really have to win this game. They have to win this game. Their schedule's about to get a lot tougher.
Yeah, that's definitely true. 100%.
Offense gave him nothing. Yeah,
Rodgers had a bad game, man. He had a bad game. On offense, they had a bad game all around. Boswell missed a kick. How often does that happen? Boswell missed like a 40-yarder.
Dude, this guy Aaron Rodgers looks older than fuck.
Yeah, and you know what was frustrating about him looking bad in that spot? I almost took the Steelers. I didn't, but when you the Steelers travel really well. When the Steelers play in Vegas or when they play in LA, it's a Steelers home game. You know, like remember Greg when they won with Duck Hodges and Mason Rudolph? Like they beat the Chargers in LA and it was a Steelers home game. Or I think that's when they played in the soccer stadium when they were relocating. That was like a home game and it's perfect conditions. You're in a dome. It was crazy that he played so bad. So I was really, really surprised by that. But yeah, I'm going to lean into what Steak said. I think he's right. The Steelers defense could show up to this game, and they did look really good at home against the Colts. They did. I watched a lot of that game, and I was like, damn, they're fucking back. TJ Watt was looking like TJ Watt, strip sacks. So, anyways, I like the under. I like the under a lot. Let's keep moving. We're into the fourth.
I'm gonna dip out.
Can you? All right, fine. Go ahead and dip out.
What was your can you? You can ask it.
Do you have anything in the 4 o'clock slate that you like? Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals, Niners, Ravens, Browns, Chiefs, Broncos.
It's a fun.
No, forget it. It's fine. You're good.
Yeah, you guys talk about it. I'll have some plays for sure by Sunday.
Okay. All right. Bye, Steak. Safe. Drive safe. Have fun.
Yep.
Bye. You didn't even say bye to Steak?
Just me and you. I was looking at the games. I'll say bye to him. I'll text him bye. I don't think Steak cares.
He doesn't care. He honestly, Steak, actually, he doesn't care about anything. You want to zoom out? You don't like this?
I feel close. I lean back. He cares about JJ McCarthy. I think that's clear.
He does. And I'm telling you, Greg, I've been there when the Bucks drafted Josh Freeman. I wanted to believe he was going to be the guy, no matter what. Josh
Freeman's the guy you're going to bring up?
What are you talking about?
Not the guy after Josh Freeman? You're not going to mention that guy?
No. No, we're not talking about Jameis right now. I've told you this. I called into the radio and said I would trade the number 1 pick. Everybody roasted me. It was Mariota or Jameis. I said I'd trade it. I believed in Josh Freeman. I really did.
If you're going to die on the hill of things you said in the past, I believe you also said when he went to the Saints that he is going to haunt the Bucs for the next decade.
I did say that. Yes. But what I'm telling you is I didn't hitch my wagon to the Jameis Winston train.
Not from day one.
No, that was going to be a beautiful disaster. All I said was he showed a little potential. He was very, very bad, but he had some good with him. Anyways, listen, that's not the conversation we're going to have. Let's get back to the board. Degen eats McDonald's. I took one bite of the McRib. Winston was fun for some time. I thought he was fun too sometimes. Greg never had fun with him.
I mean, he was fun if you were a cornerback and you wanted to get a touchdown. That's a ton of fun.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm not complaining. Let's get back to the board here. The Rams are 3-point favorites.
Slate's nice, man.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Finally, they've been like, it's so front loaded with the 1 p.m. slate. The 1 p.m. slates kind of suck. This is a great Sunday of football. It really is.
It is.
We need it.
You know what it is? It's all divisional games. Pretty much.
Sometimes you really impress me. Really impress me. The Rams are 3-point favorites at home against the Seahawks, total 48.5. I don't know how you put your money against either of these teams.
I don't either. I want to see something real quick because I might have a hot take on this. It might be a lukewarm take, but let's see.
Okay. On Profit X, you're getting the hook with the Seahawks, 3.5. That's a lot of respect. Total's 48.5. The over's -112. I don't know. I mean, both these offenses look amazing. Like there's something in the eye of Sean Payton. He's just coaching pissed off. He's loving it. I mean, he's just rage fucking everybody. Matt Stafford.
Sean McVay.
What did I say?
Payton.
I said that? Ugh,
yeah.
Sean McVay. Yes.
Yeah.
Stafford looks awesome. Everybody looks awesome. This team looks awesome.
Arnold
also,
looks awesome. Jackson
I think
Smith
the defense. I think I heard the Rams defense is like one of the fewest points allowed in the season. So total 48.5. The Seahawks have a good defense too. Do the defenses show up? Do the offenses take a step back? I don't know. I say give me McVay and Stafford over Darnold and McDonald. That's what I would come to here. I would probably lean Rams. What about you?
I don't hate that take. I think this is a tough game to pick a side on. I'm really liking this under. Because you said it. I mean, these are two of the biggest conversations in the MVP talks with Stafford and Darnold. These teams, like the Seahawks offense has been unstoppable for a few weeks now, and Stafford's throwing 3 touchdowns a game. Both these defenses are better. I think both these defenses are better than their offenses. And I think in a divisional game, I mean, it's coming down to between these two teams for who's going to win the NFC West. There's a huge game, huge spot. I like both defenses to show up, and I like the under.
Okay. I can get with you on that. Yeah, I see Austin R says could be the under as well. And
it's pretty sharp on Pickett. It's pretty sharp on Pickett.
Is it?
Which I don't necessarily like on a Sunday, but I do like it on a Thursday.
Yes, we maintain that with the Pickett splits. Usually we're typically like, we kind of want to fade the public, but yeah, in the Pickett splits early in the week, it's not technically your average public better. At least that's our opinion. You can make your own. Real quick, I don't want to miss the sub banks. 5 from Tasty's Nuts. I really wish you would change your name. Don't change your name because I said so. I would just like to say something other than Tasty's Nuts when I shout out sub banks. It just sounds very weird for a 38-year-old to say that out loud. But anyways, B Bets, ASIM, I will 6969. Look at you, I will 6969. You hang around long enough and somebody will serve you a fucking sub bank. And DJ Fitz and Adidas King. All right. How good is this the Rams defense? I just said it, Nikolai Jokic. They have like the fewest points allowed in the NFL. People aren't really talking about that. Yep. R.I.P. Nutbuster. That's right. Dead Prez Carter used to be the Nutbuster. Yep. Just say Tay for the 5th time. That's right. Tay. I don't know why I can't say Tay once. Can you just say Tay once without saying Tay?
Impossible.
Yeah. All right, let's keep moving. Next game, Arizona Cardinals at home, 2.5-point dogs against the San Francisco 49ers. Greg, I already know what I like in this game, and I already have my reason and my analysis and my capping. Do you know what I'm going to say? That's right. You pay attention. You pay attention.
I take notes.
You take notes. You're a big fucking notes guy. Listen, all I try to do, okay? I talk a lot, I blabber a lot, but you could take away 1 or 2 golden nuggets, okay? You can do this with anything. I talk about it all the time. We read Sharp's book, take a handful of good bits of out there. Look at what the Niners do. They lose to the Jags, they beat the Rams. Lose to the Bucks, beat the Falcons. Lose to the Texans, beat the Giants. Lose to the Rams. They're just not that team that's going to lose back-to-back games. They're just not. I mean, for fuck's sake, the Lions haven't done it in like 3 years. So they're not going to lose back-to-back games. They're banged up, but they're good enough to zag after they zig, or zig after they zag, whatever, that means in your life. Total 48. I'm not going to overthink this one. Niners -2.5 on the road. What say you?
I'm with you. This is a time of the season when it's you pile on and you fade the Cardinals, and hitching their wagon to Jacoby. It looked good for a little bit. It's going to look worse and worse as the season progresses. And there's really you don't have a good option. But I mean, if you look at this team, this is why I bet them against the Cowboys as my best bet 2 weeks ago. Like week 1 through 9, and this has been going on for 5 years now. Week 1 through 9, they're very good against the spread. They're very good straight up. Week 10 on, for whatever reason, the wheels fall off. And you can pin that on Cliff Kingsbury. They tried to. You can clean it up on Kyler. Who knows? But I just think late in the season, this team really starts to tail off. I like the zigzag look with the Niners. This was a close game when they played week 1. Was it week? No, that was the Seahawks that played the Niners.
It was like week 3, I think. Yeah, but it was close.
They played already?
They did. It was 16-15. The Cardinals blew it. They really should have.
That's right. I think this is a Mac Jones spot. I think this is a 49er spot. Totally on board putting them in the newsletter, or if you want to go best bet or whatever. But I think this is a Niners spot for sure.
I think the Niners do to the Cardinals what the Rams just did to the Niners. Go out there on the road.
Big brother, little brother, baby brother.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Sure. This is the baby brother. Yeah. Love that. All right. Same total as Rams and Hawks. Yeah. I don't really know what to make of that, but yeah, I like the Niners offense here, team total. Yep. And you make some good points to correlate that. Here we go. Speaking of when Jameis got in there and I called the Browns fake sharp, pretty sure this exact same scenario. The Ravens were on the road against Cleveland, 8.5-point favorites. I thought the Browns were fake sharp. Mid-major Matt, it was up here. We both aligned on that, but you and Steak put it in the newsletter, and the Browns won outright. Now, there's no Jameis. There's no Jameis bump. I think they still got Dylan Gabriel. He's fucking terrible. But the Ravens are just a weird team when they go into Cleveland sometimes. Cleveland's a weird place to play. Shout out to the Dog Pound and the Rust Belt. Baltimore just beat the Vikings on the road.
Rolling.
They're rolling right now, but they're also playing 3 straight road games. Not easy. Now, the Patriots did it. They won and covered all 3. People forget. We don't. But they're rolling since they got Lamar back. A lot of people are buying into the Ravens, winning the division, winning the Super Bowl. I'm all for it. I really am. I'm all for it. The defense looks much better now that they're healthy. It's just a weird spot. It's a weird spot. And the only other thing I'll say, the Browns, as I was told when I fucked up and made them my best bet against the Patriots, the Browns are home merchants. Browns are nothing for me.
I'm Browns. I'm Browns all the way. I would like to make this a map play with the Ravens being on their 3rd straight road game. Browns are coming home after 2 road games. Look, are they going to beat them again? Probably not. Dylan Gabriel still kind of stinks, but I think their defense is really able to show up here and slow down this Ravens onslaught that's coming.
Yeah. Okay. I'm absolutely with you. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with Shedeur Sanders. Somebody mentioned that it's time for Shedeur Sanders. I mean, dude,
I think he's hurt.
Oh, yeah. It's time for anybody. I mean, put fucking Kenny Pickett in there. I guess at this point, though, if you're the Browns.
Kenny Pickett's in Vegas.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We keep saying that. Who do they have again? Bailey Zappi?
Do they have Bailey Zappi?
Yeah, they have somebody like that. Somebody weird. But they're not trying to win games. They got this rookie. I don't know why they drafted Dylan Gabriel. They're trying to see if he gets any better. He's not going to. He's never been an NFL quarterback. So, all right, a couple more games here. What time is it? 11:37. Crispy. Thanks, Greg, for joining as always. We'll see you at the Pickett Happy Hour tonight. 7 p.m. Not happy hour, degenerate hour, talking Jets and Patriots. We'll see how much we can do. We'll do our best. All right, muster up some plays for you. Broncos 4-point dogs at home against the Chiefs. Chiefs are, talk about teams that are rolling. I know they dropped one against the Bills, but before that, they look pretty good for 3 weeks. Not against the best of opponents, but actually, I'll take that back to 6 weeks. They really could have beaten the fucking Jags too.
Then they stubbed that pick six, killed them.
Yeah, it sure did. Yep, they were up 14-0 in that game. They did have a bye. I think Reed is pretty good off of a bye.
He's great.
Yep, great off of a bye. Thank you for the clarification. The Broncos are 5-0 at home, 2-3 ATS. They're my Fugazi team. I said it was the Chargers. I don't know. It's the Chargers or the Broncos. I got to pick one of these fucking teams in this division. I think I'm going to go Broncos. But man, they do win games.
They do win games, and they do have a tough it's tough for me to call a team with that good of a defense Fugazi.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
An offensive line. Yeah, you're right. You're right. No, you're right.
But I do think this is a Chiefs spot. Andy Reid off a bye, giving them the hook on the road in one of the toughest places to play. I mean, the Broncos beat them. They went 1-1 last year, but the Broncos won week 18 when nobody was out there. I just don't think the Broncos are ready to compete with this Chiefs team yet, especially off a bye and kind of going into the right time of the year for Kansas City. It's I probably won't bet Kansas City, but that's where absolutely there's no way I would bet the Broncos here. I just think giving them the hook at home feels really easy.
Yeah, 3.5 on Profit X. You can get it at a plus price too. Total's 45. Dude, you know, I was gonna say I think that total looks high. 45 in Denver. Chiefs have a good defense.
This might be a good DGen. What do you call it? You call it the wrong thing. ARB. Because this is either gonna soar over or be like 12-16.
Yeah, like my football brain was saying under. Fuck. This is tough. Man, the Chiefs are minus 192 on the road against an 8-2 Broncos team. God damn. They're not respecting the Broncos at all with that. Minus 192. The Chiefs are 1-3 on the road. 1-3 on the road. Yep. Who's pressing Broncos?
Arbitrage is pretty good.
Yeah, arbitrage is good. Maybe we'll dub that. Are we discussing that this team went to Arrowhead and lost because of a block kick? Not this year, though.
That was last year.
Last year. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that the Chiefs seem like an easy button to press. Am I wrong there?
No, I don't think they are, because they're not. They haven't looked like the Chiefs this year, which just gets, in my opinion, that gets more and more concerning the longer the season goes.
Yeah,
when they ultimately make the playoffs, that they haven't looked like the Chiefs all year.
Yep,
that's scary.
All right, next game up Sunday night. What a fucking game! What a slate of football! My God.
Yeah, this is a good Sunday, man.
Yeah, it's great. I'm glad there's an extra 4:00 game too, because I got to work all day. All right, the Lions 2.5-point dogs on the road in Philly. Yep, 2.5 Profit X, total 46.5. So a couple things to talk about here. The Eagles came out of their bye week. Their offense was terrible, but they got the job done. They won. That's all that really matters in the end. Against Green Bay. And then the Lions, we know Dan Campbell takes over play calling. They have 500 yards of offense. They score a bajillion points. But how much do you want to attribute that to the Commanders' defense being terrible? You know, they're old, they're slow, they're really, really bad. So now this is a really big test for the Lions. I like them. Yeah, I like them. You want to know what I'm going to do here, Greg? You might like this. You might not like this. Couple times I've said this, and I started it with the Jags Rams. I was like, why not just take Sean McVay over Liam Cohen? And then I finally did it. I did it. And I said, why not take Kyle Shanahan over Brian Daboll? Right? Is it weird? I just want to take Dan Campbell over Nick Sirianni. Like, I know Nick Sirianni's won a Super Bowl. That's why it probably sounds stupid.
Yeah.
Eagles fans probably want to fucking throw pie on my face. But like, are we really Nick Sirianni guys?
I'm not. I'm absolutely
not either.
I don't think that's schematically. I don't know if Dan Campbell's in that same tier as a McVay or Shanahan. Motivator, he's probably a tier above. He's calling plays now, right?
Yeah. He just did that last week, right?
I don't think that's a good thing.
What do you mean?
I think that's a problem.
Well, it's a problem because the new offensive coordinator wasn't really doing a good job. They scored 24 points or less 4 straight weeks. But you know what he went on to say? Ben Johnson was a nobody in 2021. Dan Campbell called the plays for the first 9 or 10 games before Ben Johnson took over. So he just let John Morton, the new guy, just come in and do it. And he was like, maybe I'll show him what I like, you know, if that makes sense
for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I don't know that it's a bad thing. Could look bad though if they score 13 in Philly at night. He's very smart offensively, right? Yeah, it's like these guys are running what he wants offensively.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, people are saying analytically he's great, but I don't know. I look at him more of and maybe that's just because he's so good at it, but like a passion, fire you up, best guy to have in the locker room,
100%,
motivating
100%.
men.
No, 24 points is not worth being fired, but he didn't get fired, just to be clear. The Lions also went 2-2 in that stretch. So, you know, I guess that's why they did that. Jameson Williams yards. Yep. He's a cheerleader. Sure.
Yeah, man. You know me. I'm not a big Eagles guy. I'm not a Sirianni guy, but seeing probably the best team in the NFL, right? If you had to I did my power rankings this morning. I'll tweet them. If you did the power rankings, how do you not make the Eagles number one? Right? So you had best team in the NFL coming off a Super Bowl, contrarian at home. Come on, man.
Do you think it's the Eagles?
I think it's the Eagles. Yeah.
Are they going to be contrarian?
I had Pickett splits tell me they are.
Oh, yeah. Wow, a lot of people like the Lions, yeah. You got the Eagles number one, huh? Well, I guess that makes sense because you can't. I mean, you could put
in the AFC.
You could put the Rams number one.
I don't know. I think I have the Rams number two, if you're curious.
Dude, you want to hear something crazy?
What's
the
up?
Eagles point differential is only 26. The Seahawks is 103. The Lions is 83. The Rams is 98. The Packers is 37. But they've also played some tough teams. Like they beat the Packers. They beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean they have a tough schedule.
Yeah. No, you're right.
They're going to play the best team from every division.
Right. Okay. All right. Can't put the Rams out of top 5. No way. All right. I'm looking forward to Greg's fucking power rankings.
You know what dog I like for prime time?
You like the Raiders?
I think so.
Oh my God. I was almost not even going to talk about this game. You like the Raiders against the Cowboys?
I think so.
Why?
Dude, I mean, how do you not? How do you bet on the Cowboys in this spot? On the road as a favorite? Raiders are coming off a bye. I know they're bad, but I just think for as bad as the Cowboys are, the Raiders are worse. They're a very bad team. Don't get me wrong, but it could be a get right week for the Raiders against this Cowboys defense. Like, there's no reason for the Cowboys to be public against anyone, and they are. And I think that's a spot you want to fade the Cowboys.
Total's 50.
It's a big total.
It is a big total.
But both teams they have offenses that can score. I wouldn't say they're good offenses, and they have pretty bad defenses.
Right. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We'll see. I'm not fully bought into the Raiders yet because that's a pretty tough one to click, but
the Raiders played Thursday, not off a bye.
Oh, they're not off a bye. You're right. Right. They played on Thursday. Thank you.
Thank you for the correction.
Mini bye. We'll call it a mini bye.
We'll call it a baby bye. Yeah. All right. Total. Somebody asked was 50. All right, Greg. Great job.
All right.
Thank you very much. All right. Take it easy. Right. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate you guys hanging out. As always, don't forget Hangman Amy Wambach was the winner yesterday. Ron Muck's 35 stream streak. Thank you again to the sub banks. Been major. Appreciate you with the 5. Tay with 5. Jay Stir Crane. Wise Degens panties in a bunch. Listen, if you got to start your day with somebody shitting on Baker Mayfield, you tell me. All right, you tell me. Panties in a bunch. Also, I'm just an emotional, passionate kind of guy. All right, that's not your stuff. If you don't like Gus Johnson, you probably don't like me. I like Gus Johnson. That's fine. Shady Beef, Clam Mucker, Nick Hennessy. Appreciate you guys. All right. I'm dreaming of Chili's. I'm daydreaming of Chili's. That was a great time. That was a good time. Who needs to get a raid? Anybody need a raid right now? Pizza Princess Jean? I don't know. She got weird last time. Who is King Brat? Just chilling, dude, playing a video game or some shit. I don't know. Nick Merckx. I don't really know who the fuck that guy is. Tux, D Mask, Ben Mism, Nade Shot. Who the fuck are these people? Backyard Breaks. No. World Cup qualifiers. Nigeria versus Gabon hate watch. That's actually hilarious. Hold on. What?
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. Anyway, as I was saying, 100-year anniversary, no group stage, straight.
I don't know who this guy is, but we're going here. Amin Ya. He's hate watching some team. I love that. I'm gonna do a fucking hate watch. Hell yeah. Amin Ya. You're gonna go to Amin Ya. I don't know what he's gonna talk about. NHL. Oh yeah. NHL. Huge NHL slate. Dude, I can't. I don't have the stamina right now. Should I do the NHL right now? You got to give me like a 5-minute break. You want to do me? You want to do me in NHL? You want me to do the NHL? You got to give me a 5-minute break. Can I get a yes in the chat? Can I get a yes? Can I get a yes? Yes in the chat. Purdue, Bama, CBB. That's a good one. Great stamina, Queen. Take a break. Yep. Yes. All right. If you guys want it. No, the ice gets respect. I watched a little of that Rangers Lightning game last night. Rangers put up a touchdown on the road. They can't score a fucking extra point at home. Oh, that's actually that'd be a good tweet. I probably missed the boat on that though. Too late for that. Yep, I have a meeting at 12. So run, shook and book. You're probably gonna miss me. I'm hungry. I gotta let my dog out too. Give me 5 minutes. I'll come back and we'll go over the NHL. All right. I also have a meeting in 10. Oh well, then no. How about this? We'll do it before the degenerate hour. We'll do it before the degenerate hour. We'll go live at 6:30. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. We'll do it on Twitch. Yep. We'll do it later. We'll do it later. Yep. Sounds good. All right, guys. Have a great day. I'm going to send you to Amin Ya. This guy looks fun. Amin Ya. I always tell you guys, I appreciate people who go out there and just put themselves out there and are trying or grinding or hustling, doing something. You know what I mean? This guy, he's hate watching a fucking soccer team against Nigeria. That's great. I love that shit. Hey, have a great day. Thanks for hanging out as always. All right, guys. Good luck on your wagers. Peace.